The latest census data is in and it shows that we're going through a major societal change. Australia has become more multicultural and less religious. Our population grew by 2 million in the past 5 years. 1 million was from overseas arrivals, though most came here before the COVID-19 pandemic. The census was carried out when about half the country was in lockdown and the response rate was high at 96%.
Dipti Ray is 36 years old, a mother, a professional, an immigrant, and according to the latest census, a statistically typical Australian.
I really like the multicultural environment here, and that's the whole beauty about it. When we came here, we didn't really feel like an outsider, to be honest.
Dipti also represents a changing of the guard. The census shows that millennials like her, people in their mid-20s and 30s, now outnumber baby boomers, who used to be top of the pile.
Australia has 25.5 million people. The population's doubled over 50 years. And as you can see, with the exception of the pandemic years, we've grown fast.
That growth is largely due to migrants like Dipti, who migrated from India just days before COVID locked down the world.
This census shows that more than a quarter of Australians are born overseas. And almost half of us have a parent born overseas. But there are changes in where new Australians are coming from. If you look back just a generation, 30 years ago, our immigration was largely European. 5 years ago, there was a growing diaspora from China and India. And in this latest census, India has overtaken China as one of our top sources of immigration.
When Imam Ridwan moved to Australia from Indonesia, he expected a white country.
Even in my department and school, there are many people with different cultural backgrounds.
Imam is a practicing Muslim. But increasingly, Australians are turning from God, any God.
Australians have changed, and so have our beliefs. This is the first census in which fewer than half of Australians have called themselves Christian. It's partly linked to immigration. Hinduism and Islam are growing, but there's still tiny communities in this country. The reality is that Australians began turning away from religion 50 years ago. Today, about 40% of the population says they have no religion.
The latest census also explored new questions never asked before. We've learned that 1 in 3 Australians say they have a long-term illness, mental health conditions being the most common. Marcus Mannheim, ABC News.